Hi everyone. Today I will show you how you can use MacroWin to simplify your life and cut down on the number of manual tasks that you have to do. It requires no coding knowledge at all, and anyone could jump in and create automation tasks and have MacroWin do the work on your behalf. Let's begin by opening the zip file that we downloaded from the link in the email with a program like 7-zip or WinRAR. Here you can specify the installation path. You can install MacroWin to a different location to remove the need for administrative rights. You can choose to start MacroWin with Windows and to create a desktop shortcut for easy access. Please read the terms and conditions as well as the privacy policy. Let's press Finish and launch MacroWin. Sign in using the username and password provided to you in the email. You should now receive a verification code via email. Enter the verification code and press OK. To add a macro, press the Add button in the bottom right corner of MacroWin. A macro consists out of three components: triggers, conditions and actions. A trigger is an event that needs to happen in order for a macro to execute. A condition is a specific requirement that must be true before the macro starts executing the actions. An action is an instruction for the computer to carry out. Let's create a simple macro that locks your computer when pressing F12, but only after 5 in the afternoon. Start by giving the macro a name as well as a description. Let's add a trigger by pressing the Add button in the Triggers section. Here you will find a list of triggers to choose from. Choose Keyboard and press Add. Press the Add button and then press F12 on your keyboard. Click OK. Press the Add button in the Conditions section, select day/time and press Add. By selecting After, the condition will only be true if it is after the specified time on the specified day or days. We can now add a new power action and specify that the computer should be locked. Press the Save button to save the macro. That's it. Pressing F12 should now lock your computer. Pressing the right mouse button on a macro displays the context menu for the selected macro. Let's add a macro from the Templates section under the File menu. Select the macro you'd like to add and press Save. In this case we'll use OCR to clipboard. Press Ctrl and F8 to start the macro. Select a region and the recognized text will be copied to your clipboard. Under the Tools section you can personalize MacroWin to your liking. The first option allows you to start MacroWin with Windows. You can set a password for MacroWin which will be required when trying to access the UI. Installing the notification helper allows MacroWin to see and manage any tray notifications. You can also change the update rate based on your computer's performance. Listening for voice commands can be enabled or disabled, and set to listen continuously or when pressing a combination of keys. The macro recorder records your mouse and keyboard actions and plays it back on command. In this example we will open the personalization page, change the wallpaper twice and close the window. The recorded macro can also be used as an action in a macro. Global variables store strings or numeric values and can be referenced throughout MacroWin. Auto variables can be toggled on or off. These variables are saved automatically as global variables once the specific event occurs. You can also change the theme of MacroWin. The log is a very handy tool which can be used to debug or get relevant information about a macro. The Help section allows you to view the changelog, keyboard shortcuts, profile hotkeys and more. MacroWin's Community Center is a place where any user can upload his or her macros for others to use. Select a page number in the top left corner of the window. Order the macro list by choosing between downloads, upvotes or recently added. You can also search for specific macros using the search function. To add a new profile, press the Add button next to the selected profile. Specify the name of the profile and optionally the application it should associate with. When a profile is associated with an application, MacroWin will automatically switch to that profile once the application was moved to the foreground. If specified, one profile can inherit all the macros from another profile. A profile can also recursively inherit the inherited profiles from another profile. Let's add a macro that will duplicate the selected line in Word. First, we'll set a keyboard trigger that will fire when pressing Alt and D. We'll change the direction to up. This will ensure that the trigger only fires once Alt or D was released. Now we'll add keys in the following order. Home, to bring the cursor to the left of the line. Shift down combined with End, to select everything until the end of the row. Left, to ignore the new line character at the end. We will then release Shift and copy the selected text using the Windows shortcut action. Add the end and Enter key to create a new line. Lastly, add the clipboard paste action to paste the contents of the clipboard. Running these actions directly after each other without any pause will be too fast for Word and the computer. Therefore, we'll insert wait actions between every existing action. We can leave this to 100 milliseconds for now. To ensure that both keys were released when starting the macro, add another wait action before the first action.